My
There we
screen
are.
went completely black. All of us went all black when we were spinning around. Hi, everybody. Let me preface this with, I hope I don't have internet issues tonight. I was just trying to go live and everything over here on StreamYard went black, and it was just like the spinny things on all of us. So, and if you are experiencing buffering, please just try to refresh the page.
Hey, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Good Vibes is in here. Good Vibes already loves this little mouse toy you made him. He uses it as a pillow.
And here's Moose's little octopus.
He drools on it, in other words, because he doesn't have a lot of his teeth, so he drools on it.
Which I want to say thank you so much for the little octopus. Moose loves it. He's really good with his toys. He just kind of carries them around the house with him. You know, it's full of his hair already, but he loves it. I snatched it from him before he came in here. But he's got his Chewbacca, so he's fine. Happy full moon, I guess. Today is the full moon. So I hope everybody's got some sort of little thing you're doing tonight. If not, you know, take some time and relax and set some intentions. So
there's Peggy. Peggy, as you can see, everybody got their shirts. Thank you.
Thank you. We're all wearing Jenn Lynn Tarot shirts today. So yeah, I guess we can start it off. I don't want to spend too much time jibber jabbering. So Jenny, you had some questions right before we went live from Allie P.
Yes, she wanted to know how are the boxes and boxes of documents that Jennifer Weisselberg gave to the courts, how is that going to impact DJT? I see Allie P in the chat.
Hi, Allie P.
Oh, and my friend Beth has a test on Tuesday. You guys put her in the prayer circle. Manifest a positive score and good memory retention. Hey, Lori. Hey, Ona.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Ona.
Oh, I forgot to do, I need to write that down.
The gray shirts don't show up on camera as good as they look off camera. The colors show up a little better off camera. I'm saving my white one for birthday bash. So how are all those documents going to affect DJT? He was giving them like apartments for free and stuff, all kinds of stuff when she first got married. She's in a divorce process right now. Daughter-in-law of Alan Weisselberg, for those that don't know. Thank you, Impish.
What are you guys getting?
What you getting, Johnny?
It's so interesting. I always hate to get my hopes up or anything because, I mean, we spent 4 years of saying he's going to get it, and then he never got it. But here, with the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups, it's detailed everything. Like everything. his middle name, his last name, everything he's ever done, all his greed, all his possessions, the details of how and why and when and where it came from, where it went to, the people, the Ace of Cups there, the Knight of Swords. This is going to be very hard hitting here. There's the Three of Swords. There's some suffering and some loss. There's some Nine of Swords. There's some anxiety and depression. There's some Tower. There's some horrible and depression. There's some justice. There's some legal and depression. And then there is some sun. So there's some illumination. And then here's a judge. So it all looks very bad. And I'm going to just leave that there. But we shall see. But the justice, the Tower, the Nine of Swords, Three of Swords, everything that you would want to see if you wanted some sort of semblance of justice is indeed here.
Thank you, Letitia. Yeah, I get their strength in these documents. It shows the family bond, the friendship here between the families. And in particular, it shows a link to housing and Trump and sneaky, sneaky thievery. So they will be looking everything over very, very carefully is what I'm getting. It shows how he tried to block people from seeing this. It shows the premeditation, like the planning, like here's what we're going to do, and then how they got the plan off the ground. So it shows front end, back end is what I'm getting. And it will burden Trump. It will cause anxiety. I get that she offered this up because she knew it had the truth in it. And there'll be a lot of questions asked about this. And some new inspiration is going to come from these documents. So maybe an additional charge or something new is going to come from it.
So I get this, Bird's My Scythe, and then Sun House. It exposes some sort of communication or how they negotiated losses and then successful properties here. And thievery or something that was diminished gets exposed. So it's about losses, like how they thought or how they communicated in regards to the losses to have successful properties here. That's what I get.
So part two of this, what was Jennifer's motivation? What was she hoping to gain by turning all of this over, all these documents over? Like, was she trying to protect her own butt because she's going through this divorce, or she hates Trump, or what's the motivation behind her turning over all these documents? Didn't have to go to the Supreme Court to get these babies. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, goodness. I've missed all sorts of super chats, you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you, Impish. Thank you, Letitia. And thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
I never know if it's Weisselberg. I always call them Weaselberg. Like weasels.
Weasels are kind of cute, though. The animal. Yeah,
Weasley. What was her motivation?
I want to say there's some sort of revenge aspect to this. I don't know who she is. I've never heard of her. I heard of Weisselberg, Alan Weisselberg.
It's his daughter-in-law who's in the process of divorcing his son.
Oh, because I get the Empress is the first card. The mother, the woman, the person who has a lot of stuff. This is the fertility card. She has a lot of everything. This was done as sort of a gotcha moment. This is a stab in the back with the Ten of Swords. This is a bit of a revenge aspect to this. The Six of Wands, she is elevated as a result of. And she's got a whole bunch of information that there was no point in her holding on to. And the Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, all this has to do with business and commerce. So Seven of Swords, strike while the iron's hot. This is the sneaky and the middle of the night business type of thing. So woman scorn sound like to me.
Yeah, thank you, Patricia and Teresa. Yeah, I've got money news on the bottom here. I think because she's embattled herself right now in her own divorce hearings, and she's trying to get a new action taken. She is charging in, and she's got all the details of corruption. And I think she's also looking for a big settlement for herself in her own divorce hearings. So, and I think she was maybe a little bit afraid of going to jail herself because of all the corruption. So she volunteered it, like here. And there does seem to be revenge aspect because she's feeling victorious. So maybe she resents the Weisselberg family. She has moved on from the corruption, from the corrupt family. But for some reason, she's feeling stuck. So I think they're withholding money from her or something. She's doing a lot of talking, a lot of backstabbing to the people in the courts. It's spawning more investigations, and it's a message of victory to her own family. Like, gotcha, you don't want any more of this stuff coming out. You better give me what I want in the divorce.
I get that they took something from her that she had secured or was guaranteed almost. And it's not just financial with the bear here, because the bear is finances and power, but it's also, this would be like the parent, usually associated to the mother, like mama bear. But they took it from her.
So maybe a custody battle.
Finances and power went to him because it's bear man stars. So
is she in a custody battle?
And what's funny is I don't have the child here, but it's like they took that from her because of this.
They left her high and dry.
Mm-hmm. And then the power.
They got the Empress too.
And this is like the mom, Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
So, and the power and finances and resources went to the man to be successful and put him in authority. See what I'm saying? So I see finances. I don't know if they're stuck in some sort of custody battle because I don't have kids or child here. But it's like parent in the middle. If that makes sense.
J-Lo was saying they took her children away during an interview. So,
Johnny got it too. Empress and Ten of Swords.
That's why he was saying Empress is the mother.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. This one's holding her stomach like her children are gone or something. They took something from her and kind of left her high and dry financially and something else. And it went to him. She really is revenge. She's pissed off.
So let's ask if she'll get custody back. Yeah, they're saying in chat the custody went to him.
Yeah.
Let's ask if she'll get custody of her kids back. Happy birthday, Jazzy.
Happy birthday.
Let's get custody of the kids back.
What'd you get, Johnny?
I don't get yes or no. If I had to just come up with an answer, I'm going to go with at least not right now. Maybe some point in the future here, the Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands, that there is a possibility, but that's going to take a lot of fighting and a lot of obstacles to get over. The reading says that there's going to have to be a new approach to it here with the Eight of Cups. It's not just as simple as going to child support court or child family court. It's not just as simple as that. There's going to have to be a completely different thing with the Tower and the Eight of Cups. Mm-hmm. So there's a possibility, but she's going to need a new strategy.
She's got that winning of all cost at all costs mentality. Like she is in for the fight, protecting what's hers. Her challenge is all the family money, and trying to get the kids, and also trying to get steady money, child support. She's looking at all the drudgery she's done for him in the family. You know, she was a ballerina. And yeah, she basically, stopped everything to be wife, mother to him. I get a yes on the kids, but there's something that's still kind of dark and hidden. I think she gets also housing, but it's like destitution. Like he doesn't give much money. I think she gets the kids, but not a lot of money. Maybe enough child support. There's a betrayal here. I do get like there's going to be investigations. She is really trying to stick it to him through the court system. She's trying to do it fast. She's backstabbing him and hoping the judges, go her way. So,
and
yeah.
For Connie, that's in the chat room saying that she probably drinks or uses something. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This was a total power play based on the previous reading from the husband, because it was Bear Man Stars. That's a totally powerful, very wealthy man. Okay, so I don't know if she couldn't afford to defend her
role because he's got all the money.
He's got all the money. She probably couldn't even afford good lawyers.
Eventually she'll get there. I got Fox, Clover, and Anchor. She's going to have to be really, really smart and strategize because there's an opportunity here for her to achieve something. So yes, but this is kind of slow. Yeah. So it may not happen anytime soon, but it may give her an advantage because she played her cards right. So
I wonder if we should look at Alan and whatever her husband's name is. Sorry, guys, I don't know what his name is that she's divorcing. Like, how will those documents implicate them? Like, are they going to serve jail time? Because Alan had immunity at one time, but if he's been lying to the courts, that immunity goes out the window.
So how does it impact Alan and his son?
Uh-huh. Alan, her father-in-law, and her ex-husband.
He was a go-to. Well, hell, he's handled Trump's finances since Trump was like 5 years old. So he's got a lot of implication here with the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. All of the doings and the trying to balance literally Donald Trump's checkbook and all of those meetings and properties and crap that he's bought and the deals that he's done, Weisselberg is always in the midst of all of that because what's Trump money is his business. So, yeah, there's some sort of scheme here as well. This one may be the first of many, or at least the most prominent. There's a scheme here for taking something. So this is almost like not eminent domain, but it'll be sort of like if I wanted to buy the store down the street to turn it into something, and then, but Weisselberg wanted it, and he bribed such and such mayor to not give it to me, but to give it to some. Like he's got a whole bunch of these little underhanded schemes that he's done for Trump throughout the years, kind of like Michael Cohen, to where they're going to now look bad upon him because he was too busy trying to elevate Trump, but meanwhile he's got dirt on his hands. So that's coming back to haunt him. Pretty much everything he's done for Trump, but one thing in particularly.
Yeah, I get after the divorce, she's going to get some steady money here, and they're looking at prison time. She's celebrating the divorce, like, haha. They're looking at prison time. I got the making license plate cards, going away, isolation, having to walk away, legal battle after legal battle, and new court actions taken against them. So yeah, they are looking at some serious problems.
Does he have two sons or just one?
Just one that she was married to. I don't know. He might have a second son.
So I get ring, fox, snake, and then sun and moon. If there was an agreement that was made as part of an investigation, there's a lie that gets exposed here and is brought to light. Okay, it gets recognized. There's also fraudulent agreements here to lie in order to be successful for their own reputation. So I think it's going to get wound up in either caught up in a lie where he lied to investigators, trying to be sneaky, and, but there's a fraudulent agreement here and a lie that gets exposed. So
anybody close to Donald Trump, that's their middle name.
Yep. So Georgia just passed those extremely suppressive voter laws.
That 76% of Georgians are against.
And what was that? Thank you, Pam. That lady's name who was arrested. They arrested a senator, not a federal senator, like a senator at the state level, and charged her with 2 felonies. And she made bail and got out. Like it was, oh my God, it was so gross. But those laws are currently being challenged right now in a lawsuit. So will the voter suppression laws that just passed in Georgia, will they be overturned?
They get pressured to reverse them.
I just did a reading today, and on that, and I'm not a reaction person. I don't panic. I don't give. The first thing that flies for me is not an emotion. And I got robbed, and still it was like, okay, we'll react afterwards. What's going on right now? And then, but when I saw this headline in 2021 and looking at a picture of a Black woman being handcuffed while fighting for voting rights.
For knocking on the door. She knocked on the door, Johnny. It's not like she barged in, or she knocked on the door.
He just wanted to witness him signing that stupid bill.
And that made me nauseous.
Court Cannon is her name. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't. That and people with Nazi flags and fascism, like what in the world?
It's gross. It's gross.
This is why people keep thinking, oh, we're going to have a race war. No, we're not. You're going to have crazy people who make the news. That's
That 76% of Georgians are against this. So that tells you less than 24% are these crazy racists.
And the other 24% drink bleach and hydrochloroquine. So that's
yeah. And get radioactive brainwaves sent to them.
By the phone company, more than likely. Super can't.
Alan has another son, Jack, who loaned Trump money through Ladder Capital. Wendy Seligman on Twitter posted money trail with Ladder over 3 years ago. Interesting.
Yeah, I got two guys. I got the Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands. Two sons are there, or two guys, two younger guys than him anyway. So everybody getting in trouble.
So will these laws get reversed?
It's raining for the 88th time today.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, stop. Sprinkle, sprinkle, stop. Just get it over with. Push the bucket over. Let's put this take and sprinkle business.
I get people aren't having it, that people are upset, but this is what's interesting. Like, this is legacy work, basically to set up fascism and to give part of the community just the crumbs. They want it to go to the courts. They want this to go to the courts. They're watching and waiting now because the Republicans, want this to go to court so that there's investigations, I think, into voter fraud, whatever. This has got Russia all over it. Like, this is a strategy. They want this to go to courts so they can look at ballots and all that and change things with the elections, change who the ruler is, and then we're the victorious ones. So
and there's a clause in that bill, Jenny, that if the electors in the state don't like the results, they can just overturn the election, override everybody in the state, and just
that's like Putin 101. So my guides are showing me that. I'm not getting if it's going to get overturned. I'm going to do a deeper dive on that because it looks like Russia is teaching Republicans how to set up to make it so they can have a president for 12 years too.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting, Johnny?
I got yes earlier, and I get yes again. I think right now it's probably already in the works to being overturned. I get the death card is the first one, and the 10 of Cups is the second one. So we are going to have major changes coming from the Democratic side, or coming pretty much from I won't even say Democratic side. This is going to come from a united side, because everybody who is against this is not necessarily Democrat. They're just people who have, forward-thinking brains. What's going to happen is economic pressure. The 2 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. So here's your commerce, and then there's your burden. So you can't. It's kind of the effect of that child. What's the child name? Mike Pence, when he was in Indiana and did his "I don't like gay people" bill, which he called religious freedoms. And then people said, "Okay, my business is headquartered in Indiana. Guess what? We're moving." And so next thing you know, he's on TV changing his mind. And so it's kind of like the same thing. I think there's going to be some economic pressure and then some other kind of pressure. And then it'll be overturned.
Yeah, I just pulled the new cards and I got a big yes, like it'll be ending here, the sword of truth coming out on the betrayal. And I think they will have corporations that are put out in the cold, like people boycotting corporations
We're talking to you.
to get justice, like burden the corporations, walk away from the corporations.
And there's a lot of money in Georgia. Atlanta is what, the 4th largest city or something like that. So keep on keeping on.
I get that their hopes or the path that they were charting to establish themselves closes. It's done. It's done. It's like, there's your hope, your dreams, your wishes, perhaps something to do with maps, your new direction. There's your achievement, and then boom, shut down. Another way to read this is perhaps there's something here with the stars. There could be celebrities that are established here or are persistent, and then there's a closure. And even though I don't have economic cards like Johnny was saying, but it's like, you're done. Shut it down. You're done. Like, and, you know, besides Delta, and nobody's going to listen. Home Depot isn't going to listen. Like, they're not going to listen. They're Trump supporters 101. But
Coca-Cola,
Delta.
Coca-Cola is a Republican-led organization. They were very anti-Obama when he was in.
So goodbye, Coca-Cola, you know, Delta. But there's also, if I read this would be like celebrities. And I was telling Jenny that, you know, Georgia is now next in line to Hollywood, where a lot of movies are being filmed in Georgia. And there's a lot of celebrities that are pulling the plug on multi-million-dollar productions because they don't like what's happening. So
TV shows too, some really big TV shows like The Walking Dead and stuff are filmed there.
The largest movie studio in the world, which is Tyler Perry's, is in Atlanta, Georgia, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. So with that said, with Georgia, Jenny was telling me that there's another 253 bills that are making their way through the states. And I don't even know how many states it is. I don't know if it's like 43 states, which is insane. 43 out of 50 or 27. I don't know. But how will these new voter suppression laws affect the GOP? We could look at that.
Because I got to believe in the midterms in Georgia, if 76% of the people there are against this, that they're going to vote these assholes out and flip.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jenny, though. The way that they wrote the law that they just passed, if we don't like the way you voted, we can change it. So we can overrule you. So
like, your vote doesn't count. We'll just fix it for you. Yeah,
like Matt Kemp stole the election from Stacey Abrams. The guy is well seasoned on how to rig an election. You know, like it's there's some effery going on over there.
This creates a new set of problems here with the Fool card. This creates a new vista, actually. Like there's a whole new plane of problems, even, because this affects your job, your donors, because see, mind you, people are now, I guess, I mean, they always have, but more people are waking up to the fact that money rules a whole lot of things. And so if you can get, for instance, if you're in Atlanta, you get Coca-Cola and say, okay, we boycott you. And then, okay, now you have to overturn this because it looks bad on us. And then the NFL says that we can't have you as a sponsor because you look bad. Now we look bad. And then so forth and so forth down the line. And economics controls a whole lot of things. But this puts into illumination here with the Sun card. This puts into the spotlight. I said this before. If they do it to them, they'll do it to you. So there is no they. There's never a they. When the anti-Asian hate, no, that's an anti-you hate too, because if they'll do it to them, they'll do it to you. You're just going to be the next group next. And so there's going to be some illumination on that and force some people to change, but they're going to be stuck into this. This is going to be a permanent mark. Like almost called a child, Nancy Trump, Lindsey Graham. Nancy Trump. Where'd that come from?
Nancy Trump is Lindsey Graham. Okay.
Where's my brain going?
That's a good nickname for him, Nancy Trump, the unknown Trump kid.
It'll be like him. This is what I was saying, to where he can never be unaligned with Donald Trump. He is now Donald Trump's stooge. He's got the stench all over him. I said it earlier today that he's so far up his behind, he looks like he's wearing blackface. So he is indeed always going to be a Trump. And these people are always going to be branded as suppressionists, people who are trying to take away your voting rights. And that is something that you cannot let them forget when you go to the polls.
It's like marking like a dog. You know, they've all been marked by Trump.
The voting thing will mark a lot of people.
Thank you, Laura. What does it mean for the GOP?
Oh, good old death.
Thank you, Adrian. Imbalance, death and a change, investigations, people asking a lot of questions, gaslighting, asking questions about their donors, even who's giving them money. And again, I get like Democrats need to be broadcasting loud and clear. This is out of Putin's playbook. How do you think he got to be president, for 12 years? It's like, wake up, America. This is Russians and oligarchs and getting legal experts in there to investigate this. It's going to cause a lot of people to walk away from the GOP and burden the GOP. And it's all because of Trump. Interesting. This is also my calling card when I do a health reading. So yeah, they're all the way up his butt.
That's a good Trump card.
Yes, you already. I heard you sneeze.
I get that their growth is hindered and delayed. Like, that's it. It's like what's that saying? You bite off your nose to spite your face. Is that the saying? Like, they hinder their own growth. That's it. They're done. And the solution comes from something that has matured or something that is very pure that comes from the House. So I don't know if this is in regards to HR1 that's now in the Senate and is S1, because that's the solution. But it shows that their growth is stunted. They're delayed. They're blocked here. So and it's also saying like they're stopping growth, they're blocking growth to give access to the conservatives in their base here, to give them access. But the solution comes from something that is wise, that was in the House here. That's the answer. So try as they may, it's not going to work because there's something that was written in the House that's making its way up. So
yeah, the voting rights bill. Thank you, Larry Buddha Boy and Patty D.
Thank you. And thank you, Adrian. Happy full moon to you as well. So let's ask this. How will the new voter suppression laws affect the Dems?
I like this question, looking at it from a different angle. I am so dehydrated today. I have already drunk a cup of tea and half a thing of water.
You know what? My tea is sitting on the stove. I'm glad I didn't turn it on because I totally forgot about it.
I think Bubs was banging on the door. Sorry, guys. He wants his little octopus friend.
What was the name of that octopus movie?
Huh?
What was the name of that octopus movie that you love?
My octopus teacher. Here, Bubbies.
Yeah, he wants his octopus teacher.
Here you go, Bubbies. There you go, good boy. Oh, let me take this off of you. What you doing, Bubs? Now you want out? You can't make up your mind? Here, get your little toy. What are you guys getting?
Well, I've got Biden on the bottom. So that, to me, that's like the presidency. It tells me that they're going to have the presidency again, like in 2024. But they're being a little erratic, rushing in. This can be rushing in without a plan. Like, you got to stop and think and make sure you got a plan in how you're attacking this, and trying to get to higher ground. It's a betrayal. It's treason to our Constitution. It's a betrayal to our Constitution. So they see it as trying to bring authoritarianism in. But it's weird. It's like, the bully loser. I think this is, Trump, our man, right? The bully loser Trump. Like they're hoping the moneyed news comes out, that more media comes out on what he's been doing, in the courts and everything. They've got COVID and all the sick people. Thank you, Patty. That they're working on everything for COVID, and in secret they are working together. They're not having any part of this voter suppression, and I think ultimately they end up with the balance in the government again in 2022 and in 2024. I think people are just going to vote too big to rig.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting, Johnny?
So, sweet Jesus. If the Democrats want anything, they're going to have to exercise their power. I get the magician is the first card. This cannot all be rhetoric. This cannot all be our Republican colleagues need to No, you need to call names and call them to the carpet. Say this is stupid. This is racist. This is this. Call a thing a thing. Kid gloves are a thing of the past. You cannot do that anymore. If Mitch McConnell did not teach you nothing for 4 years, he should have taught you he wasn't playing with y'all. Mm-hmm. There is the magician, the person of power. There's the Republicans crossing it. So right now, no, you do not have a supermajority anywhere, but you have enough influence to get what you want done. Biden says he's running in 2024. So that means unless, some sort of act of nature, he's pretty much a shoo-in probably too. Here with the Queen of Wands, her crown is shadowed on the wall. It's not on her head. It's not even on the thing. So her power is there, but it is just a semblance of what it could be. So you have a responsibility to take up the charge that you told people that you would when they voted for you, whatever state you're in, whatever district you represent. How voter suppression affects you is if you don't fight for the votes, if you don't fight for the too big to rig, if you don't get out there and do anything, you won't hold another office until Jesus comes back. So 4 of Swords is your word of warning. Don't get lazy. See the Republicans under the bed trying to snatch you in your dreams? Don't get lazy. Not the time. You gotta exercise your power and your authority. So that's how it affects them. They have a fight to fight. If they don't fight it, they lose.
It's interesting because I was watching CNN before we went live, and they had Republicans on there just bitching about what's going on at the border. And yet they could care less, when Trump was like separating the kids from the parents and stuff.
Did you see the video of Ted Cruz when he wandered off to the Rio Grande and he's all in the bush like freaking,
on the boat with the guns?
Yeah, I'm like, shut up, you idiot. Like
they were on the Rio Grande on a in an area that people go boating, like water skiing or leisurely boating, and they're out there like they're breaking up drug cartels.
And he tweeted that there was cartels and traffickers trying to cross the Rio Grande. And I'm thinking to myself, that's what Trump said, is that they're rapists and murderers coming. And so you're parroting the same thing. They're trying to make this stick. If Democrats let them control the narrative, it will stick.
If he's so concerned about rapists and murderers, why did he head off to Mexico?
Resort.
All the best people. I got to go hang out with the rapists and murderers.
Oh my gosh.
Such a schmuck. I guess that the Democrats will mobilize. They're going to be very, very smart and strategic and very patient and calm, because they're looking at this is for voters, not the Democrats in the House or the Senate, like Democratic voters, us people. And they're going to just try to stay, emotionally calm here with the lilies. Don't get whacked out and crazy, because you're looking for the win. So if anything, they've energized the opposition. Like, Democratic voters now see this as, oh, we see you. And we know, oh, you're going to make the lines 20 hours long. We're going to come over the night before and camp out with coolers and chairs and plenty of water and this, that, and the other. See what I'm saying? Like, they're going to mobilize with a strategy and being calm. That's what I get for the voters. Not so much.
And they're Republican voters who tend to vote at the last minute. They're going to lose a lot of votes because they won't be able to wait it out in the lines.
Nope. It's like I said, it's like that saying that you shoot, what is it? You bite off your nose to spite your face. Like, it's just, they're idiots, man. They're idiots. So here's a question. Speaking of the border and Ted Cruz and the Bush, like Crocodile Dundee.
Was it Jim Cornyn with them? Mr.
Oh God, that so gross.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump, I guess, was on Fox News, and he was telling that Maria whatever lady that he's going to go down and visit the border. Is Donald Trump going to go visit the border?
Could we accidentally push him across it and not let him back in?
This would be a great time to use his plan to put crocodiles and alligators in there, and then just accidentally,
shove him in the moat. Shove him in the moat.
Put him in one of those cages.
Have him walk down a little ramp and not tell him that there's crocodiles at the bottom. Watch him.
Oh, I can't believe he actually said that in a meeting. Like, that was his genius plan, to build like those troughs with gators and oh my God, what a moron. It's like, do you not know that gators would not survive in that environment? But okay. Like,
thank you, Marie. And greeter TK.
My chat's not open.
speaking of Ted Cruz, that whole video, you know what that reminded me of? That old movie that came out, the Blair Witch Project, when they're all filming themselves running out in the woods.
I think I hear something over there.
I was like, this would be a perfect time for him to freaking snatch his freaking ass up right now, dude. Where are you, Chupacabra? Where are you?
Oh Lord, if anybody needs to get lost in the forest.
Oh God.
He probably wet himself and started crying though.
Oh, that
I get a supporter of his go, someone in a circle of support, like an emissary for the king. The challenge is for Trump to go. So something happens, like he doesn't go. For some reason, he's like blocked from going or can't afford to go, whatever it is. They go down, they look at his little skimpy wall, what little is built. it's for image to try to show victory and success. Like, look, we built the wall. It's to get more donations. There's, lies involved and subterfuge and bullying. But I don't think Trump goes. It's like, it's a power play. Somebody's going to go, but it's somebody else. It's like Don Jr. or somebody.
What'd you get, Johnny?
I get the Fool in the Tower, so I get a no. I think if it'll be good for a photo op, if they can manipulate things just right, then he can go and take a picture and hold the Bible upside down or something this time. But I don't know. I don't see it. Like the opportunity for whatever reason hits a halt here with the 10 of Wands. No, I don't see it either.
I don't see it either. I get that he's lying here, multiple lies, and he's lying about the choices and the decisions, also lying about the elections, and then something here. This may be not so much visit the border, but it may just be a talking point to stir people up. Oh, I'm running again in 2024, even though I didn't lose for rallies. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lie. No, he's not going down there. He ain't going. So here's a fun question. Fox News is being sued by Dominion. And usually when Fox News gets hit with lawsuits, they usually settle out of court and keep it hush hush. Well, Dominion came out with a statement that's like, yeah, we're not going to settle. So Dominion wants it to go all the way to the courts. Because they've lost a crap ton of money because of the lies that have been spread on Fox News and Sidney Powell and Giuliani and my pillow guy and everybody else. So what is going to be the outcome for Fox News against Dominion, the lawsuit?
This could be what finally starts to kill the lies on the news, and these people like Trump got on Fox News and it was just garbage lies.
Yeah.
This when they hold them responsible for their lies and make them pay for it.
Yeah. And it's like everybody's been using that argument. Well, nobody should believe what I said. It's lie. Like that was Tucker Carlson's excuse. That's Sidney.
And now Sidney.
So
see, that's the thing. Don't sit on a network called news and then lie.
But I think that
for entertainment commentary, still people think that you're telling them something factual because you have the appearance of a news reporter because you're sitting in the same kind of news reporter chair looking forward, got your papers, but all of that is opinion pieces, but people don't decipher that when they're so easy to believe anything.
And I think that's a loophole, Johnny, that I believe that they've used before because Fox News is branded as Fox Entertainment, even though they always, fair and balanced, blah, 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 news, but they gave themselves that little loophole to, slither out of.
Tabloid news. I mean, look at the tabloids that had lawsuit after lawsuit from celebrities and usually lost, but it was just made up stuff for the tabloids all the time.
Yeah. I still can't, on a cosmological scale, above all of our little earthly things, what possesses a person to mislead other people on purpose? That just bothers me. I can't.
Millions of dollars.
Thank you, Desiree.
I think, isn't it last time I saw the article, I think it was a few years ago when Trump was still in office, I think that they had said that Sean Hannity was the highest paid news anchor. Sean Hannity, who does nothing but lies.
Dog.
Mm-hmm.
And they have more ratings and make more money than Rachel Maddow. So think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the Nine of Swords and the Emperor, the first two cards. There's some stress, some anxiety, and then a abuse of power. So here is your Fox News right in the And you know what? This totally makes sense because who else would kill a white rhino except somebody who works at Fox freaking News? So yeah,
Yep.
there is that. The language on here with the 8 of Wands. This is your communications, and then you hear on television your language. Actually, it's not necessarily even the television; it's the writers. They're going to have to change their verbiage. Not just because of C19, but anything that has drawn you the ire of the outside world to where you either got sued, somebody got fired, or whatever the case may be, things that Thank you, Marie, know that you could not say. And this Dominion thing is just another one. There is some woman here with the 9 of Cups. She's going to get what she wants. There's maybe some lawyer, maybe some whatever. She's going to get what she wants here with the 6 of Wands. Fox News is about to lose something in the way of, I'll say, $8 million. Maybe there's a very, very, very small settlement because they're suing for billions. But there might be something in the region of 880, 800, whatever the case may be. But yeah, there's a huge loss and an 8 in there somewhere.
Yeah, I get there's a big loss too, because like they transitioned into talking about Biden and the election, and they're going to say, you know, it was all for image and everything, but they were committed to this. And that commitment is what is proven in court. Judgment comes down on them. They're going to lose. Now, what's funny is they're going to lose a second time because they're told to pay this money out, and then there's an investigation because they're not paying it. Like they're giving just the crumbs. They're not paying it in completion. So there will be a second investigation on them and probably a second lawsuit because it looks like they're going to hold money back.
I get that the entire network is nothing but stirring people up through marketing and their whatever they're saying on the media here. The institution and the corporation itself, so Fox Corporation, Fox News, their growth, kaput, dead. Their audience growth, if I follow the line, doesn't grow, it dies. And they were perhaps trying to achieve something here from multiple sources, but there's also multiple losses in the institution itself. It's not just this one that they lose in the courts. It's not just this lawsuit. There's something else where they lose more. And I don't know if it's viewership, because if I follow the line, it shows that the audience is critical. The audience doesn't like them. The audience is fighting, and perhaps they go somewhere else. I don't know if this would be OANN or who knows, you know, but their growth for the entire network just dies, like done. So good luck with that one, Fox News.
I unplug from a lot of the people in the news. You know, they don't trigger me too much, but there's 2 people in this world that I would just love to bitch slap. And one of them is Jim Jordan, and the other one's Tucker Carlson. Like, I can't stand to see them, hear their voice. It's like, I just want to bitch slap them.
Tucker Carlson, to me, looks like he could be a brother to Brett Kavanaugh. They both have that frat boy. I don't know what it is. Like, their faces look similar, and not just their faces, but their mannerisms too. Like, they're just
squirmy little frat boys. It's just.
Thank you, Odile or Odile. Not sure how to pronounce it.
You know who I'd love to bitch slap? That freaking Nazi bitch, Laura Ingraham. Take that cross right off her neck and shove it down her throat till she chokes on it. That's just me, because she's a freaking Nazi. She sits there with the Nazi salute like this, like, no, girl, no.
Y'all in chat, go ahead and put who would you love to bitch slap the most? If you had to narrow it down to 1 or 2 people. There's so many, like Ted Cruz. He's a waste of a slap.
I would get Moose to pee on Ted Cruz, though. I would get Moose.
Yeah. Okay, so bitch slap. get your dog to pee on them, or this is kind of like, do you sleep with them? Do you marry them, or do you kill them?
Mary Shaquille.
Yeah. So do you get your dog to pee on them? Do you bitch slap them, or what's the third thing?
Matt Gaetz, Ted Cruz, Ron Johnson. Yes.
Lady G. Oh God, they're just all so gross. So we got that. All right. What's on everybody's mind? Well,
Marie Governor Abbott. I know it.
You get him, girl.
Well, S1 passed the Senate. S1 is the HR one. So I think it's SR1 or S1, the voting rights bill. That also has some pretty interesting things in there. Like it's also got some anti-corruption stuff in there too. I
really think they're going to have to either kill the filibuster or modify it somehow to get this voting rights through. But this voting rights bill is going to be the most historically important bill to get through ever.
Oh, yeah.
There's our Tennessee people, Marsha Blackburn. She's a piece of work.
I just want to see how these people go to sleep. Actually, I can. They go to sleep at night in their extremely comfortable homes.
Thank you again, Marie.
Muscle memory. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
Wait, what was our question?
Is S1 going to pass the Senate?
I got caught up reading chat.
What did you get, Johnny?
Yes. We got Justice, Queen of Swords. Seven of Pentacles after some deliberation, naturally, because why, you know what, just, it doesn't matter. Just, I got yes. Just, I mean, why be obstructionist? Because you can, that's why. But yes, Justice and the Queen of Swords.
I got a yes too. Something in the network or the large body needs to be closed, and they need to be smart and manipulative about it. And there's the solution. So they're going to have to be smart, sneaky, shady, and a little bit underhanded.
Yeah, I get they secure it too. I get, thank you, Renee. Like at first, like there's a big breakup of it. Like, I think this is Republicans trying to get it broken up, and then they return to it. And they hold on to it in one piece. They hold it close. So, you know, the breakup, like they're trying to give some chump change to the Republicans. But I get, yeah, through the government, yes, it passes. Mm-hmm. It passes. And this is the second thing that is in Biden's favor that helps him to continue to move forward with much love and admiration. And Kamala.
I don't see what all the hand wringing is right now, because I mean, I don't much care for Chuck Schumer, but I don't think he's an idiot. And he's been working with Mitch for a very long time. You can't tell me Chuck Schumer is not very well aware that if this was Mitch McConnell and he was trying to pass a voter suppression bill in a 50-50 Senate, he would have dismantled everything to ram it through. You know, so whatever.
Thank you, Asia.
Thank you, Asia. So is Clarence Thomas going to resign? And then we need to look at I Like Beer, because we had questions on I Like Beer. So
does this question about Clarence Thomas come from his wife, as in her involvement, or did he do something specific?
I think his wife was involved in busing people into the insurrection.
And is that why they ask, is he going to resign? There's
questions on my community page about him resigning because of his wife's connection to the insurrection. Yeah. And then there were questions, I think, on your channel and Jenny's community tab because of his health.
Because
So
here's my thing. I said, and this goes for anybody that is in public office, period, not just Republicans or whoever. Just because we don't like them don't mean they give up their job because we don't like them.
yeah.
So yes, he should because he's a horrible person, but no, not just because we don't like him.
Dude, if everybody followed that rule, Johnny, there would be nobody in the Senate, barely anybody in the House.
Thank you, April Showers and Liz and Judy and Michael.
Thank you.
There you go.
I was yapping, sorry. Yes, but it even comments was how long ago. This like you can't, anyway. Oh wait, I don't know how to say that one. Is that Dulcinea?
Dulcinea wept. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know why. I need to stop doing that. Every time I say something, I always have an accent all of a sudden.
There you go.
Puerto Rico. Who says that?
Puerto Rico.
From Oklahoma, not from El Salvador. Suddenly I can roll R's all of a sudden. No, he progresses. He goes on. Knight of Wands, Nine of Wands. There's a lot of pressure, and things of that nature, but he's stuck. Lifelong appointment. He'll be there. He has security. Be there till he croaks or until his body is too run down to continue, but he's still there. It's hard to kill roaches once you got them.
Yeah, I get the same thing. He's stuck. He's rooted. He's grounded. He ain't moving. Not anytime soon. At all.
Thank you, Corliss.
He's got circle of support. He's stuck there. Big yes card. He's Republican, works with them. He's there until there's something like until he gets sick and goes.
Like Johnny said, hard to get rid of cockroaches once you have them.
Once you got them, roaches and flies.
And fleas too. So I guess we should look at I Like Beer.
Yeah, Mr. Kavanaugh, Sheldon Whitehouse sent a letter to Merrick Garland. Thank you, Suzanne Fortier.
So Senator Sheldon Whitehouse sent a letter to DOJ letting Merrick Garland know that he believes that the investigation into I Like Beer was fake. So
First of all,
I'm going to ask mine, was the investigation into I Like Beer fake? I don't know what you guys would
I'm gonna ask, will they find that it was fake? That the FBI investigation was fake, the first thing. And then I got more questions. Thank you, Sue.
What is 14?
The John Lewis Act is the voting rights bill. We just read on that a little bit ago.
14 is temperance, isn't it?
Was his FBI background check? Was it fake? Oh, I got temperance too. I like beer. That's my drinking card. I like beer.
Is that 14?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's what that is. So yeah, I got a yes. It was fake. I got an Ace of Swords, which I won't show because it's kind of gruesome. And then the Two of Cups, and then Temperance, with the Ace of Swords in the middle there.
Wow. I get Brett Kavanaugh, the I Like Beer, is now a lifelong judge. There's man, Lily's Tower. There's your Supreme Court justice right there. Okay, a man that is wise or is mature, that is some sort of an authority or has to do with legalities. So there's your judge. I get, yes, there was some sort of a transaction. Transaction that was corrosive and blocked. This could also be in regards to, since we got fish here, this is money. Wait, this is money. Goes this way. Money, independence, shopping. Somebody bought themselves a judge. And there was money here that's missing and blocked. This could be a pile of debt. A pile of debt because he's short on money and there's a pile. Somebody paid off his debts and somebody bought themselves a judge. And the money who made that payment, this is King of Diamonds. So this could quite possibly be a man. I don't know. But there you go. Yeah.
I like beer. I like to get drunk and bully women and, do things I shouldn't do. And I hold all that close to my chest. The challenge is to do an investigation on me. The challenge, like there was no investigation. That was the challenge. They didn't do it. That's going to come out, in the money donations that will come out. And this was premeditated to get him in there without an FBI background check. Like they're going to find out that this was planned to not do a background check. Somebody is stuck right in the middle of this. I get a big old yes card. And then you have all the Republicans working together to get his little drunken ass through. And I still like beer and I'm strong and yeah.
And here's the thing, which brings us to the next couple of questions that we had around this. Because FBI falls under DOJ. And by that time, William Barr was already there. So William Barr had to have given the head of the FBI, whoever it was at that time, I don't know if it was Christopher Wray or who, nipped this thing in the butt. So orders must have come from somewhere up top in the DOJ, shut that investigation down and kneecap FBI. So I don't know how to ask.
Does Barr get in trouble for lying about the FBI investigation?
And was Christopher Wray the FBI director at that time, or was it somebody else?
I'm pretty sure it was Christopher Wray.
They had 99 of them.
Because Andy McCabe had gone by then. Andrew McCabe. Yeah, the day before he would have qualified for all his pension plan.
That was dirty. That was so damn dirty.
So, will William Barr be held accountable for?
I asked, did William Barr give the orders to not investigate I Like Beer? That's the biggest yes I can get. So, now I'm going to ask, is he going to be investigated? What'd you get, Johnny?
Again, yes, he'll be investigated, but I get who's the head of the FBI right now?
Christopher Wray.
He's a Republican?
I don't know. I think so. I'm not sure.
It's some sort of, because it's not a Republican administration, but it's some sort of Republican-led organization. That would be the thing that takes up the charge against him. So it's some organization that has a Republican at the head of it, and it can't be the presidency because they would never do that because it's William Barr. So it's like either there's a FBI person at the head of this, and it's not necessarily the person that's doing the investigation, but this entity has a Republican at the head of it. So FBI, CIA, NSA, ABC,
Freedom Caucus, something.
And I saw somebody in the comments saying that Trump's counsel gave the directives. Well, it's Trump's counsel can't bypass FBI and DOJ.
Yeah, and that's regulation that they do background checks on Supreme Court judges. Yeah, there's a cover up here that's going to come out. That's what I'm getting. Like they are protecting like everything, files, materials, anything on this. They're like stuffing them away, trying to hide them. They wanted to put an end to this investigation, but now everybody's got a different perspective on it. So I get a big old yes that Barr is in trouble on this. Lying, to the public, the money that was paid to get this guy onto the court through higher grounds. And I guess somebody's going to have to retire over this. So I think that's Kavanaugh. When all the questions get asked, America is not having this. There's thievery involved here. And then more stuff is going to come out about his drunken behavior. More stuff.
For anybody that was laughing their asses off with Mr. I like beer crying like a little bitch in the Senate during his hearing because I like beer. Just wait till they find out that they're investigating him and he's about to get his ass tossed out. Just wait.
He's going to have the biggest temper tantrum when they drag him off the court.
He'll have to upgrade to vodka after that one.
Will Barr be investigated? Yeah, this was a casino. It was a casino. So
yeah, it's gambling.
Yeah. Yep.
Paying off the gambling debts, everything else.
An institution that gambles persistently or something like that. So I haven't asked mine. Will Brett Kavanaugh be removed from the Supreme Court?
And they had, 19 women that came out wanting to testify against Kavanaugh, and they only let that one in to testify.
And they didn't even interview her. FBI did not interview him. FBI did not interview her. FBI did not interview anybody.
Yeah.
At all. And then the way that they treated that poor woman, like, that was painful to watch, man. Like, it was just.
Lucy was coming over for a minute. Brett Kavanaugh, are you going from the Supreme Court? Thank you, Roland. Roland. I do that every time. Roland.
I get 7 of Pentacles. He's seated. He's there too. He's planted. He's firm. However, here with his job, there's a hanging thing with the hangman. No pun intended, but there's a hanging thing here. Like if it goes in one direction, he's just fine, which it feels like it'll go in that direction unless somebody proactively tries to swing it in another direction. Like if you can get, I almost want to say, and this is not to sound like, Democrats are going to be legally irresponsible, but almost like if you can bully him out to where if you can make sure that the investigators are doing your bidding, kind of like how Trump was in charge of the DOJ pretty much. Mm-hmm. If you can get an administration where everything is going their way and say, hey, I want you to look into this. I want you to look into that. Like if the president or if somebody with a lot of influence was to tell the FBI and whoever it may concern, look into this guy, they can come up with something. But if you don't put in that kind of effort, I don't really think he's going nowhere, because I get the world card. There's some completion about celebration. There is a chunk of evidence out here that he may have abused someone, and that is here. And so if you can get this information, the Knight of Cups and the High Priestess, there's some sort of romantic escapade that was not fully consented to. So if you can get that kind of information, then his job is in question. If you cannot, then I think he's all right.
Yeah, again, he's going to be crying over spilt beer on the bottom here. He's a loser. So
C-SPAN.
justice comes for him, and so does anxiety. They're going to burden him with a real investigation, the one that wasn't done before, and this is going to be done. It's going to show like who paid the money. It's going to talk about all his partying, and I feel like women who didn't accept his advances, so I'm going to leave it at that because I got some other cards that define that. Mm-hmm. And then for image's sake, because he's a thief and stuff and he's getting too much attention, there's an action taken on him that changes everything. So I think they'll start impeachment stuff, but he'll go on his own.
I get mountain, clouds, clover. There's a big, huge problem and some hope. So I'm going to just leave it at that.
He's not out of it here.
Huh?
So he's not out of it yet.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, Louis DeJoy.
Why is he still there? We put in more people on that committee. It's like he should be gone by now.
Did those people already get confirmed to the committee?
I didn't think. I thought they were just appointed. I didn't think they had to be
appointed by Biden, or they should be.
Yeah,
I don't think they have to be confirmed.
Did they already get appointed by Biden?
He appointed like 3 to the committee. So
okay, why is that SOB still there? Like, will Louis DeJoy be fired?
Yeah, because he's wanting to raise postage costs and get more money from the government. It's like, okay, where's all the money going, dude? If you're raising the cost of postage, you don't need more money from the government.
Did this a-hole not read the Constitution and know that, you have to have the USPS based on the Constitution? Like, do you think that he can just be like, no, we're going to get rid of it so my company can get all the money? Like, yeah. Fun fact.
Why is he still there?
Louis destroyed. There you go, Marie.
There you go, Marie.
Louis, no joy.
Louis destroy. Call him and say, do you like your kneecaps? That's what you say. The thing is not in place to take him out here with the 10 of Pentacles. There is still some sort of entity that is not going to take action, or they haven't taken action, or they have no plan to with the 4 of Swords. There's your retreat. But he is planning to do a whole lot of abusive things with his power still here with the Emperor and the 2 of Cups. So it's still out of balance with the 2 of Pentacles. And the Tower and the Hangman means it's stuck. If you can get it unstuck, then yes, we can have something new going on to where they can take him out. But he said he ain't going nowhere. He's promised that. So we shall see.
I just thought is here saying that the USPS board has not been confirmed. So I didn't know if they had to be confirmed or if they can just be placed in, because I don't remember. But I mean, who knows? I can't remember what the hell.
When I looked it up, it said that the people were appointed. The people that are there now were appointed by Donald Trump and his administration.
So by
confirmed, I thought they just had to be appointed. Because mind you, it's not like they're just random people with a job. I think these are like technically governors, because it's the board of governors.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he can put as many as he wants, but right there, I think there's like 6 or 7 or something right now.
And Jeanne is saying the postal board of governors needs to be confirmed.
Yeah, they haven't even confirmed all of Garland's staff yet, so they're running way behind.
It all they can. I think it's give them time to shred the evidence.
If I was thank you, Joel. If I was Chuck Schumer, I'd be like, nope, this is going to vote. Nope, this is going to vote, because Kamala can just come in and help them get the confirmations.
Mhm.
I get, like, right now, like, he's secure. He's got an abundance of people on the board, that are supporting him for image sake. But there is fighting behind the scenes. So justice is coming for him. There's a lot of things that he's lied about for the White House, and a lot of corruption going on, probably during the elections, as we all know, right? So judgment is coming for him. There'll be a new start for him, or a new start to our mail system. And there's something he's going to start that ends up in the courts, and that's his undoing. So that's when things go on shaky ground, and he's moving stuff around, like he's moving ballots around.
Sayonara.
The end is coming for him. It's just going to take a while, because we have to get the people in there to show what all he's done.
I get losses. So he will lose when there is a change of loyalty. So yes, he will lose his job, but there needs to be a change of loyalty first. So I guess the Biden people. So here's a follow-up question. When the new board of governors comes in, are they going to undo everything DeJoy did? Because I mean, he's basically, the USPS is almost on life support right now. You know what I mean? Like,
when he's torn up so many sorting machines and stuff that they're going to have to, like, build new ones, which is going to cost the taxpayer a lot of money to get it back up to speed.
Get it out of his goddamn paycheck. Get it out of his trust fund. Like today when I was out gardening, I saw the little USPS mail delivery. I'm like, it's Sunday. What the heck is USPS doing delivering on a Sunday? So I don't know if they're so far back behind that they're having to get overtime to catch up with what they couldn't do during the week. But I see my USPS on Sundays pretty frequently around here.
Mine does a lot of package delivery on Sundays, even in my little bitty town, especially during the holidays. They work Sundays, but it's not all the time. It's just
I see them basically but I don't see them delivering packages though. Not packages.
So will they undo everything DeJoy has done and get the USPS fixed?
Yes, eventually. It's an overtime thing, because it's like an administration thing. You can't just, of course, do everything in 4 years even. But there is the Ace of Cups. When somebody new, they do change perspective. There is a bit of a sacrifice as well. So there may be some financial issues or employee issues or something of that nature, to where they might be shorthanded to implement certain things. Because I think DeJoy may be putting something in place to where there's less people doing less things, and not necessarily mail carriers. There's a whole operation that goes on behind the scenes. But yes, with the Ten of Swords, there will be an ending, and something new will start with the Empress.
Yeah, I get a lot of what he's done is image only. Like, it's not as bad as we think. So I think a lot of it is just an organizational thing that can be fixed rather quickly. So once he's gone and there's a new leader in, it's really hard work, but there's truth coming out also. So we're going to know more about what DeJoy has done. And I feel like they're going to work together to brace up and make the post office sit pretty financially, to give them the budget they need. So I get a big yes on that. And then once again, same 3 cards, even though I shuffled, there is going to be something treacherous that comes out in the courts. So DeJoy's going to end up in court. There's something treacherous that he did that's going to come out in the courts.
I get a yes. We're going to be satisfied for the desired, perhaps funding. So I don't know if they also slashed funding to USPS or what they did, but there's money here. So they're satisfied with the results, and then there's money here. So I don't know if it was cutting people's overtime, if it was getting rid of machines, if it was cutting the budget for USPS, but it shows that we'll be satisfied. So will there be a, you know, what the, here's the thing, and I don't mean to go on a rant, but when everybody was talking about, oh, I just want things to go back to normal, I want things to go back to normal during this whole COVID thing, all I could think about in my twisted head was like, I kind of don't want things to go back to normal, because what does that mean? We're back to mass shootings. You know, all of last year we had 0 school shootings. Why? Because schools were closed. And now vaccines are being rolled out. States are lifting, you know, restrictions, and you get 2 mass shootings back to back in less than a week, within 6 days of each other.
And one failed one because he was not able to pull it off.
Yep. So this is our back to normal. Okay. So is there going to be a ban, like successfully, like legislation, get it done enough, like done on
Assault rifles.
Assault rifles.
Thank you, Caroline. I kept thinking that Biden would just come in with an executive order and put that back in place. Like, it doesn't even, to me, have to go through the Senate.
I mean, this is just,
But will they get the ban on the assault rifles back in place? Because it was there briefly.
like I was dreading going back to normal specifically for this. It's like, how soon before we have 12 school shootings a month? You know, because that's our normal. That is our normal.
Thank you, Sharon Ann. Yeah, it's really sad that they can't, like they abandon assault rifles, shootings go down, but they don't do anything about taking the assault rifles that are out there back. Like in Australia, they got people to turn in their guns, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I would start a thing, because that's what the rights have all been afraid of, is Obama taking my gun from me.
But here's the thing, Johnny. This is what I don't understand. The Republicans are still kowtowing and licking the boots of the NRA. The NRA just filed for bankruptcy, and they're under criminal investigation. How do these
people get more money from Russia? You know, they'll get more money from somewhere.
I get that something is successful, but I don't think it's a ban. I always got in these readings that it's something smaller, to where you can go back to limiting ammunition. You can go back to limiting types of ammunition. You can go to bump stocks, you know, taking that away, or enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
Things of that nature, things that would prevent something like the thing that happened in Las Vegas, where he shot literally 500 people.
Yep.
So it's like that type of thing, because I get the judgment card here. And sad to say, I won't even go there with that card, but there's a judgment card there, and then there's the 4 of Pentacles here too, to where there is something that is still held very close, and they're not, even some of the Democrats are not going to vote for a ban, which, anyway, not even going there. But there is a successful defense on the Republican side. And the White House does sign something, though, here with the 4 of Wands. I just don't think it's a ban. It's something smaller. But it's kind of one of those things to where you can count it as a small little victory, but it really does not help the overall scheme of things, to be honest.
I get there's some sort of victory on it, but the challenge is all the people that are grieving, that have lost loved ones, and the commitment to them and a circle of support for them. It's like there are others who just want to burden them. So I don't know. I get it goes through the House, like they get it successfully through the House and send it on up to the Senate. And then there's a lot of bullying and endings. And this tells me there's probably another shooting, like more deaths, people having to protect themselves, more deaths before anything is done. And then I get it finally, like ends up in the courts. Like they get something passed and it ends up in the courts because they're trying to say, you're stealing my guns from me. So watch for him to do it. And then it goes up to the Supreme Court.
I get a no. I get that the resolution or the solution here, perhaps with the votes or the choices and options that need to be made, is blocked.
I can buy one down the street from here. It's a little sporting goods store. It's off the wall one too. It ain't one like the ones, a national chain. You can go in and buy guns, tennis shoes, shoelaces, wherever you want to buy. They got it all in there, right over the counter.
If they didn't care after Sandy Hook, they don't care. You know, that's the sad truth. They just don't care.
And it's like, thoughts and prayers, and then Ted Cruz like, they're just trying to do political theater, and I'm sitting here thinking, I wish it was one of your kids. That
90% of Americans are for some kind of.
But what I don't understand is these people do not live in the same reality that we do. They're a completely different socioeconomic class. Their kids have chauffeurs. They live in private gated neighborhoods. Their kids go to super private special schools where they probably get filet mignon and caviar for lunch every day. Their schools are not going to be subjected to the type of stuff that we see in our neighborhoods. Do you see what I'm saying? It's what privilege by you.
Probably armed guards at every door and paid security.
Anyways, will Joe Biden reverse Donald Trump's tariffs on China?
Thank you, Karen.
There is some sort of blockage that is clearing here with the card that I can pick up. Fingerprints are supposed to work. Thank you. Two of Swords and the Star. And then the Queen of Pentacles, which is my America card. There is something clearing up. It's not complete, though. Like, this is not 100% all of them, but there is something here. I don't know if they're planning to do them all together or later or some not at all, or whatever the case may be, but something that was blocked, which is the tariffs. I'll just call it the tariffs. Does clear up here with the Star, but I don't think it's everything though. So this might be something they'd have to do a little bit and then revisit, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I get it. It's like something that's going to evolve over time. Justice on the bottom here, trying to find a balance between maybe trying to bring some industries back here versus helping China out too a little bit and having a relationship. We have a lot of vendors who sell product to our retailers that are losing money right and left and going bankrupt because of these tariffs. So I get Joe's working with a lot of corporate people on this and trying to figure out what the journey is. Trying to come up with a plan to fix the structure of the tariffs. So product that they've been stealing from in China. So I'm going to say stuff that they have a intellectual property rights problem with. That kind of stuff, there's going to be a power struggle. But I think some of the others, they'll come to some new agreements. This is going to take a while, though. There's like a lot of people they're going to be meeting with, and discussing how they're going to handle this.
I get that the official results still give him power. So it's like there's something there with financial institutions or government financing where they got hit with something. And this isn't Trump's tariffs. This is something, there's like something new. There's your institution. Those are your results. There's your power and your finance. This is saying that there's a sanction here, but it's not Trump's. It's almost like this is a new one. See, with this and this.
There could be even some more coming with, depends on what China continues to try to do towards Taiwan and Hong Kong.
What are they doing over there right now?
It's a bunch of posturing, kind of like North Korea does with us. Like, oh, let me fire a missile towards you, just not at you.
It's like what they do with Hong Kong, because Hong Kong and Taiwan do not want China over them. China is over them, but they keep them out pretty much. Mm-hmm. And China's trying to flex their muscles and take them over completely, which
because it's power here. Mm-hmm. It's an official I don't want to say political posturing, but it's almost like a power play here where he's trying to keep control. Biden is, but I don't see Trump's sanctions here. This is something new. This is not sanctions. Hold on, Bob's wants out.
It's not just China. We have a lot that comes from India, from Bangladesh, from Sri Lanka to Indonesia to the Philippines. Trust me, I've been in all these countries sourcing product. I've been in the factories.
And I understand that Trump wanted a scapegoat, like he always does. That's what demigods need. They need a scapegoat to put the finger and them. Look at, I'm so powerful. I get that. But this is something new. There's an institution, and the results are about power here and finances. So I don't know what's going on with China. I don't know what Joe Biden's doing, but there's it's almost like there's new ones.
Speaking of power, Kim Jong-un's sister responded to Biden. Should we look and see if he's still dead?
I'm going to ask, where's Kim Jong-un?
Where is he? Did he still get his tickets to the park? Anybody that goes back, gosh, what's it been, a year now? We've been saying he's gone. He's not there.
Well, thank you, Lynn. Tarot readings.
Thank you, Lynn. Tarot readings. Okay, where's Kim Jong-un? Suffering. At peace. In the ground.
Tickets to the park.
Tickets to the park. That's what I get. I can't make it up.
Yeah, I get they're just delaying letting us know that, because they're trying to bully Biden now and power play him. So they're trying to act like he's hanging on still and show strength, with all the supporters around him being his sister and everything. But yeah, he's very alone. He's very dead. The judgment card, he's on the other side. There's corruption in all of this because they're covering it up. And his family is running things and being all smug.
What'd you get, Johnny?
Well, I never got he was dead.
Is he?
But I get he has a new life right now, somewhere where he is.
A new life.
Yes. But here's still some suffering with the Three of Swords. Homeboy had a heart problem for sure. The depiction in this card is actually a man killing a vampire, which is quite interesting.
The
undead. I pulled some oracles, and I got completion reversed and prayer reversed. So there might be some slow singing and flower bringing, but I guess we'll see. Time will tell.
He's pushing up daisies.
Yeah, pushing up daisies.
We need Ona's pushing daisy card.
Oh, oh dear Lord, that was hilarious. So here's a story. I'm wondering if it's going to come up on the media this week because I just found it on Twitter before we went live. The DOJ has charged nearly 500 people with fraud for PPP. They have been able to recover $580 million out of the $2.2 trillion CARES Act, which was the one that was passed last year. They've been able to recover $580 million from fraudulent claims. Will they be able to recuperate more?
Wait, so this is from payroll protection, or this is for
payroll protection? Yeah, it was the PPP.
Yeah, they take the money to protect the people's salaries, and then they still lay them off.
Yeah, we're looking at you, airline industries.
I get yes. There is a lot of money with the Nine of Pentacles. This is personal wealth. So this is people who are not necessarily big entities like a Joel Osteen who got PPP, but he's not a conglomerate like Delta or something. He's not. He's a one person. Even though he has a big business, it's a single person is what I'm saying. So here's the single person, and here's the big business with the Ten of Pentacles. So you have two entities here, and Kelsa Freeze, here is the devil. And so, yes, they will be able to recoup Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. They're going to have to give it up and pay it back if they don't have it anymore. So, yeah, there will be some recouping.
Yeah, it's gonna take working together with them on this to get justice. It's gonna be like over time, like installment payments or something. They're not gonna it's gonna be a battle to get it. But there is a commitment to get this, and I get that we're able to get it back, hang on to it. There's also gonna be a lot of questions asked on this that are gonna bring some changes and some judgment, something to strengthen how these heads of businesses are getting away with this. So something, whenever they have a crisis like this and they do some sort of bailout funding, they're going to look at it a little differently and figure out how to protect against this.
Well, it was mostly the Republicans that were, just no, get it out, get it out, get it out. There were people, there was one guy I think I saw that bought like a Maserati or a Lamborghini or something like that. I'm like, dude, this isn't free money. This is for your business.
That part is people like, I'm going to pick on him because I can do that. People like Joel Osteen who applied for it in the first place.
Damn right.
Like you shouldn't have even been nowhere near trying to apply for that.
Nope. Considering that you are a tax-free organization. You don't pay taxes, so why do you think you should take taxpayer money?
You need help to pay your employees for what?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, oh my God, these people. Anyways, we are about 10 minutes out from the end of the stream, so I thought we'd start with one funny question. Another funny question. I think Jenny has a final funny question. So funny questions.
I have two funny questions.
Okay, so I have two as well. So that'll be four. First question, who's dumber? What is it? Louis Gohmert or Ron Johnson? Like, who's dumber?
Dumb and Dumber.
Louis Gohmert. Or Ron Johnson.
What, Johnny?
So these cards here are my new Oracle cards. They're supposed to be chakra cards, but the words don't coincide with the chakra, therefore they make no sense. So I keep them for, thank you, Marie. I keep them for the word itself, because the word can still mean something for the Oracle part, right? And I use them in reverse, so if I pull a word, it's the opposite of what it means. And for Ron Johnson, I pull enlightenment, but I pulled it reversed. So it's so he's the stupid one.
Stupid one.
I gotta say probably Ron Johnson too. Like Louis Gohmert, like he gets the plans off the ground. He's got a lot of connections and friends. He's erratic and he drinks. And that makes him even more erratic. But Ron Johnson, he bullies and he has secret agendas. You know, he's a Trump man, and he's trapped in that. So he runs a loop in his head all the time and he can't get out of that. So after you go, Becca, I'm going to ask one of my questions because it's very similar.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Louis Gohmert, because for Ron Johnson, I got that there's something new here that causes suffering that he may find difficult. So perhaps something in childhood that was difficult, but overall he's successful. Louis Gohmert, however, there is the success of what he knows, his knowledge is suspicious. So I would say Louis Gohmert's the idiot. Okay. Whatever he tells you he knows, be very suspicious.
So Mary Trump, you know, the one that got lost Trump money and everything, that wrote the book. Mary Trump says that Don Jr. is stupider than Eric. I eat paste. And I'm like, really? Like Don snorting up his lines is stupider than Eric, I eat paste.
Well,
So
Eric had the sense to, if he was going to be addicted to
My
something.
father said that. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
He's got
It's
all these
non-toxic.
problems.
So who's dumber, Eric or Don? I eat paste or cokehead?
Who's dumber?
Yep, Don Jr., I have to say, was getting in all kinds of
Oh, Jenny, you froze. You froze.
boycotting Coca-Cola or boycotting Coke, and he thought they were trying to like.
Wait, can you repeat that again? Because you froze up.
They were tweeting like to boycott Coke, like to quit drinking Coke products, and he thought they meant Coke, like. So he might not be too smart.
For Don Jr., I get he knows better. Here with confusion is reversed. He knows better. There's vanity reversed too. He's confident in what he knows. I don't think he just. Don Jr. suffers from childhood traumas, and I think that causes him to do things that are erratic. Eric Trump, with impartiality, which is reverse, and then faith, he goes along with things that don't make any sense. So he is quick to not question something, and he's just quick to just do it because he thinks the person who told it to him has more knowledge than he does. So he's gullible. I wouldn't characterize as stupid. Don Jr. does not have enough knowledge, so he's more ignorant because he thinks he knows already. And Eric knows better to know he don't know nothing except, you know, what does red paste taste like and white paste taste like.
I get Don Jr. He's also got that loop in his head. He's going to crash and burn, you know, because of his dad. So everything he does is whatever daddy tells him to do. I get with Eric, like it's a little bit surprising what secrets he knows about Republicans. And I pulled a couple of more cards and I get like he's going to have some legal problems under Biden. So, Eric Pace might be a little bit smarter. A little bit.
Do you think I.E. Paste also like was probably one of those kids that like besides eating paste, probably ate like the Play-Doh too?
Yeah. Anything bright and colorful, he stuck it in his mouth.
I don't know what I got, you guys. I don't know what I think they're both idiots. Okay.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. So, did you have another funny question, Jenny?
Yeah, Champion Major back in the White House. Major had a little incident while Biden was away, and I think Jill was away too. Like they had a handler taking care of Major, and he nipped somebody, so they sent him off back to Delaware for some training, additional training. They're back in the White House. So how are they feeling now that they're back in the White House? Not really a funny question, but a doggy question.
I love doggies.
Artie's like, okay, I'm not sticking around for this. Lucy, are you coming up for the dog question?
I think there needs to be a little more training still because they are happy to be where they are here with the gratitude card. So it's kind of like you're happy to be back with your owners. Well, technically, it would be like feeling like you're home because your home is where they are. But growth and balance are both reversed. And I think that there might be a emotional issue that needs to be dealt with and not necessarily a training one. There might be something imbalanced because of their environment change. So there might be either some need to get used to it or whatever the case may be. There's something here that needs to be looked at other than just their habit.
And it's Major, the one that nipped. Champ is the older one. He's, like more sedate. It's Major that they just rescued from a rescue place that they got to watch. What are you getting, Becca?
I get garden, house, or garden, dog. So there's the doggy in the house. I get that they're happy. They're comforted. They're comforted and content because they get to go outside in the yard and they're back home with their family. They're at home. So little dogs.
Oh, so the one who did was a rescue dog?
Yeah.
So you might have an emotional thing.
Yeah, because I get there's some heartbreak for the one that was isolated, and there's some play fighting going on. So they're trying to restrict that, control that, and help him find balance. They're trying to teach him to sit pretty. But yeah, there's an emotional connection. So they're trying to make sure he's got the support that he needs. He loves his family. Like he's very bonded with his family. He has regrets for whoever he nipped. He has regrets for that. His issues seem to come up more at night is when his imbalances, like when everybody's asleep, seems to gets him off a little wonky for Major. So I think they're going to send him off for some additional training too, like to change and reinforce that. But they're like there's a little delay. Like we brought him back maybe a little bit too soon. There's a little delay. Like he has to go back for some additional training.
Aww.
He's young, and German Shepherds. We had one when I was growing up. They can be very, very protective. So, and very aggressive if they think you're coming for them. So yeah, they can be really, really sweet, or they can be really, really protective.
I love doggies. So, final ridiculous, stupid question. So there was a wedding at Mar-a-Lago that Trump crashed. And they have him on video. So if you want to see the video of the idiot, go over to the Daily Beast, and it's also on TMZ. And so he crashes these people's wedding, and all he does is just rant on and on and on and on and on and on and on about his personal. I won the election. Look, they told me I had 77 million votes before they said you only need 63, get 63. But no, I got 77. And then I go to watch the television and they said that I lost. Like the whole thing was just grievances about how he lost the election.
At a wedding.
At a wedding that he crashed. You know?
This was looping in his, talk about being stuck in a loop.
Oh my God.
Tortured brain.
How Joe Biden is screwing up with China and Iran. I mean, it was just, oh dear God. Like, I guess it's a two-part question. First of all, does he really believe his own bull crap? And second of all, like, what did the people at the reception think? Because I'm thinking if you went to a Trump property to hold your wedding, you're obviously a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
But how would you feel if this clown walked into your wedding reception and just started I don't know. It's ridiculous.
Does he believe it? Yes. Here, rejection is reversed. He believes he was selected. He believes he is the star of the show. Service. He's ready to go back to work, even though he's not really wanting to be president. He just wants that opportunity to pay back his debtors, pretty much is what it is. Now, did they enjoy it? Let's see. I mean, if
that one, I get that. What's that, Johnny?
If like you said, if you're going to hold your wedding there, I mean, you pretty much think the erratic one is pretty much walking around here somewhere. Maybe we'll see him.
The devil just showed up to your wedding. You know, here's the lovers. Oh, this is gonna change everything. Like all the talk, and you know, trying to get people thinking legally about him. He is very secure in his thoughts. He is very secure. They're deep and hidden. His thoughts. He is very secure in them. So yes, he believes his thoughts.
Deep and hidden like a swamp.
I'm kind of confused here because it says he lies. He delivers those lies for opportunity.
Yeah.
Not the win. So it's kind of like he knows he's lying, but he knows that him winning the election was a lie, but he's still hoping for a win. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
that continuation of the lie gets him more support.
Yeah. So let's see here. How did the people at the wedding feel about it?
They were fine with it. Impatience is reversed. They were fine. I mean, here he is. He probably didn't smell, so here he is. Let's take a picture with him. Let's hear him yammer on at our wedding. But then again, there are 8 million venues around the world. You could have had your wedding and you could have had it outside in the middle of the street in the gas station bathroom, but you decided to go to Mar-a-Lago to have your wedding. So that's what you get.
I told Becca, like, Trump loves the photo bomb. You know, he loves attention and cameras and stuff. Here he is, the bully, stealing into the pictures. Like, and they're like, okay, just turn your back on him. Maybe he'll go away. But this is the image. This is like capturing a picture. He photobombs.
Should have got a real clown.
I get that they may have been, it might have been like a shock. They wanted him to just end it and just go away. Far away. Just shut up and just like stop. So that's all the stuff we have for you guys tonight. Next week we will be on Johnny's channel for that, for the Sunday night readings. I'm sorry, I'm not making sense because I'm over here looking at my phone because I ordered a pizza because I'm hungry.
Tomorrow night, I'm on Red Lentil Healing Channel with Adrian and Autumn from Black and Orange. I think it's 7 p.m. Eastern time. Adrian has it on our community tab on Red Lentil Healing, so you can check it out.
Anything, Johnny?
And on Adrian's channel next week, Friday, we will be doing our Zodiac thing too. And then I'll try to do something else in the week, but that's not a guarantee, so we'll see.
Yeah, same here. I'll try to do something during the week, but that's not a guarantee. We'll see how work is. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Thank you to Johnny and Jenny for coming over to do the live stream. Thank you, everybody who super chatted. And we will see you all later. Have a wonderful full moon. Light your candles. Do your little healing prayer things. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.